Of course, we all know that when there are emissions, it only affects the country out of which those emissions come, right? If you're burning coal in Australia, surely that only affects Australia. If you're driving a big car in the UK, that only affects the UK, right? It doesn't matter that China's putting up, 20 coal-fired power stations a week or something. That's got nothing to do with us. So they've had this grand idea in London where they're going to ban all these cars being able to be driven around. So they're going, OK, well, what can we actually do with them now? They've got all these ambulances that are being decommissioned that they'll no longer be able to use. They have decided we're going to send them off to Ukraine. We're going to donate them to Ukraine because, of course, it doesn't matter if the emissions are being used in Ukraine. It will be all fine and dandy. I thought we lived in the same world. So you'd say, we can't have it in London. It's bad for the planet if we do it in London, but if we do it in Ukraine, fab.
So things like this make me wonder how anyone believes this whole climate thing in the first place. It's typically about transferring money from column A to column B, and people in column B typically get fatter in that process. And Sadiq Khan here exposes the entire hypocrisy of it, that evidently, if a car belches emissions in London, that causes global boiling. But if that same vehicle belches emissions in the Ukraine, has no effect on the climate at all.
We've got the quote up for you there. Here he is, Sadiq Khan, saying, no. It will help meet medical and humanitarian needs while also helping to remove old polluting vehicles from London's roads. Yeah, mate, thanks for walking us through that. It still makes absolutely no sense. Your emissions are the world's emissions. But just goes to show as well, if we're talking about any kind of war zone, emissions don't matter. We've got a planet to save, but, it's depending. So if we just send them over there, he's saying, we get to look good because we're helping out the war effort. Never mind that the emissions are over there instead of here because it's a war zone. So, jog on. Never mind. Let's come